Live is starting. Yes, I have confirmation from Facebook that I'm live, and I'm really excited to take you through the journey of elevator pitch. I'm going to wait a few seconds, maybe 1 minute, for you to get online. Starting. So this video will be the first of a series of 3 talking about these 60 seconds that are key to introduce yourself. When people ask you, what do you do? What is your activity? What kind of job are you looking for? How to make an impact, how to feel empowered and to feel confident when you answer. Yeah. I think I'm going to wait 20 seconds more and then we'll dive into it. What do you do? Oh, so interesting. What is your business about? This question used to terrify me. I came from 17 years of working with international organizations in the humanitarian aid sector. So yes, I used to network, I used to meet populations, I used to meet high-level officials at government level, I used to meet United Nations agency, other international organizations, and I was very comfortable in sharing my passion, in sharing information about the project we were implementing. Because it was the work of an organization. It was the work of a team. So when I passed onto this world of entrepreneurship, which was a totally, radically new planet for me, with new people, with new behavior, with new patterns, and new way of thinking, I found myself terrified going to a networking event and having to start about myself, how well I was doing the job, what is the difference I could make in people's life, sort of selling myself. I thought it was a really challenging task. So I've been very carefully during the first month of owning my company, avoiding to go to networking event. It happened to be all dressed, makeup ready, and finding an excuse at the last minute. And when I finally kicked myself a little and pushed myself to go to networking events, I was just hiding in the corner. If I would see people I didn't know, just scared they would ask me this question: what do you do and what is your business about? Why that? Not only because it was about talking about me and an income generating activity, which was a challenge by itself, but it was also because my answer, the way I was sharing my passion, was weak, was dull, and was not me. And I found out, getting more into this world, talking with more entrepreneurs, with more people in the same field than me, that actually so many of them feel the same when they ask, what is your business about? We want to give too many details. We want in 30 seconds or 20 seconds that we have before other people may interrupt the conversation, or before we reach the second floor where we're going. We want to give all the information about the company. Or we just feel a little uncomfortable, like if we're looking for a client or we're looking for a job. So we put ourselves in a position where we feel less than the interlocutor. So after this experience of so much agony for me, and because I don't like to be in this place and my job is about empowering people, first I work on myself. I went to do a lot of research. I got into trainings for entrepreneurial trainings. I got also into mentoring programs, and I learned about this elevator pitch. For people who've done business schools, it's very common. They learn to craft elevator pitch, they learn to pitch. There are even competitions of elevator pitch. People who own startups and look for investments are very used to pitch all the time in front of investors, in front of potential partners. But for us, for you and me, for who it was a new thing, well, I did a lot of research and I trained myself and I craft my elevator pitch. So I arrived to my next networking event and I started answering this question with the confidence that this answer was me. And I was not so much about caring about how would that land. Yes, of course it was, but the power and the happiness started to unfold when I was myself very comfortable and very authentic in the way I was sharing about what was my job about. So when I got this feeling of empowerment and of impact on people and on myself, I thought I wanted to share that with people. Because actually the elevator pitch, these 60 seconds that you give to people when they ask this question to you, is really empowering tool. It brings people, you and your interlocutor, on an equality basis. There's not one giving and one receiving. There's not one begging and one going to pay. There are two people, someone who has something to give and someone who may be interested. Or someone who may know someone who will benefit so much of that service or that product. Or just someone who is very eager to have a comfortable conversation. This elevator pitch, why is it called elevator? Actually, I would have loved to do this Facebook Live in front of the elevator, but the Wi-Fi connection would not reach. This elevator pitch comes from the fact that in between one floor and another, you have what, 30 seconds? In the lift where I used to live, in the building where I used to live, the lift would take even up to 60 seconds to go from one floor to another. It was quite slow. So if in this very small lapse of time, people ask you, what do you do? Then you want to be able to share with passion, with joy, and with seriousness, with much professionalism, what you do. It may be a business opportunity. It may be an amazing lead. You may be losing opportunities. You may be losing opportunities of business, of partnership, and of getting yourself known. So today, for this first video, first 5-10 minutes we're going to spend together, I would like to share a few introductory tips, questions to start yourself for pitching powerfully. Then in the second video, we'll just go and craft it, and the third one will be a surprise. 3 things I would like you to go through before starting to develop your pitch. 3 questions actually. The first one, when you think about your elevator pitch, when you think about your answer to this question, what is your business? And when you hear yourself saying it, how do you feel? Just take 2 seconds to think about what are the words that come to your mind. Do you feel confident? Do you feel horrified? Do you feel bored to hear yourself? Do you feel that definitely that's not what you wanted to say, but you've just started to say it? What is that feeling? And why is this question very important? If you don't feel excited, if you don't feel thrilled, if you don't feel passionate about what you share, if you're not authentic, people will not feel excited. People will not trust you. People will not get engaged. Do you know this author, American author, Maya Angelou? Amazing, inspiring, beautiful woman. She said, people will not remember what you said, but they will remember the way you made them feel. And that's so much of a truth. So how do you feel when you hear your pitch? So just rate it from 0 to 5. 0 being the lowest and 5 feeling, wow, empowered. So look at this number and take the commitment that you're going to increase. Why not a 5? Why not a 4? And if you're already on 4 and 5, excellent. Maybe you're just in the place where you want to be. And maybe it's the year, even if you feel very comfortable with your pitch, you say, I want to feel a little more excitement. Because after you've repeated your pitch 100 times, boldness starts to come. And you would like to have something a little new, a little more exciting. That's what happened to me. So once a year, I update, and I renew the pitch. So that's the first thing. 1, you have to be excited by your pitch. If when you answer this question, what do you do? What is your business about? And you hear your word and you say, oh my God, that's not the pitch that's going to have an impact. Here you need to work on it. Okay? Second question. How do you feel about yourself as a professional? How proud in the positive way, how proud do you feel about the gift that you have and you give to people? This gift can be your product, this gift can be your service. This gift is what you give to people, the experience you provide to them, the experience they may have at home with your product, the experience they have while they are having a training, a coaching, a session with you. What is that you creating? What giving to people? So how excited and proud are you at what you're giving to people? So same on your little piece of paper, I would like to invite you to rate it. From 0 to 5, how excited and proud are you about what you give to people? And if it's under 4, we need to work. You need to work. You need to look at what you are thinking of yourself. You have to work on your self-esteem. So how to do that? Sometimes we start a new job. We start a new career. We get when I started my company, I was feeling less than the rest of the entrepreneurs because it was so new for me. And I was already 40 past. So I thought I was so sort of old to start a new thing and to be a newbie in a world. And when I was hearing people with so much experience, I was looking at them around and so many things I didn't know, I was sort of feeling less. So this is a normal feeling. But we cannot carry it on the way. Not only we need to unleash this full potential of ours, but to feel comfortable when we pitch, when we introduce, we need to have this certainty within of the quality of what we give. And there is quality. So list the qualities, at least 5 of your product, of your services. So we're not going to do it now, but I want just after this video, it's going to take you 5 minutes or maybe much more, depending on how challenging you find the activity. But just list these 5 qualities that you give through your product or through your services. And that's how you feel about you as a professional, as an entrepreneur, as a founder of a beautiful initiative. So one, how do you feel when you hear your words presenting your business? Very important. If it's low, let's go and increase it. That will go through recrafting your pitch and getting more information, getting more spice, getting more of you when you introduce yourself. Second, how do you feel about yourself as a professional? How proud are you about what you give to people or to other companies? If this is low, same. Need to work on that, because the power, the charisma you will have when you pitch to people will depend on that. Depends on that. What's the third thing? How do you make people feel when you answer this question? What do you do and what is your business? Big question. I will give you a little trick. And why is it important? I mean, we cannot control how people feel based on what we say. We can only control what we give and the power, the energy, the enthusiasm we give. But there's a nice, interesting tip that's important to know how people feel. Imagine you are in front of maybe the employer of your dreams, or the client you have been looking for so many months, and this person is standing in front of you right there in this networking event. You want to pass the message about your product. So you start speaking, and after 20-30 seconds, the person says, very interesting. So actually, the very interesting closes all conversations. Look at yourself. That's what we say when we just want to start the conversation. Oh, very interesting. Thank you. Yeah. Because here there's nothing else to say. You're not going to add. And you're just going to say, oh, thank you very much. Very interesting. Well, okay, see you later. See you another day. Or good luck. Wishing you great success. What's happening if people say, you're going tonight to networking event and you hear, oh my God, it's very interesting. No panic. If this person is the person you really want to get through, then you start again. You know that very interesting is a closing thing. So you're going to start again and find something more exciting. Ask a question. You can even dare, okay, what is most interesting about my activity for you? Or what would interest you in my product? So ask a question to re-engage the conversation. You've lost the person, no problem. Go again. Now you're hearing, oh yeah, thank you very much, it's very interesting. And actually this person immediately is not of great interest to you. Or you're not feeling that the conversation is going as you would like. That's okay. Okay, thank you. Very nice meeting you. And then you go and speak to someone else. So what's the second option? When you're talking, you're telling people what you're doing and what is your business, and people say, wow. Or even without wow, they ask you, how do you do that? And this, how do you do that? Oh, what does it look like? How is your product made, manufactured? So the person is asking questions. The person wants to know more. Here you know that you've pitched efficiently. Just continue the conversation. And that you know. The most difficult, like anything, when we speak in public, when we start an interview, when we start a conversation with a stranger, what's the most difficult? The first seconds, the first minute. So the elevator pitch is actually for you to grab attention, overcome this horrible stress of wanting results and speaking with strangers. And third, it helps you to feel empowered in your confidence so you can really share about your passion. So one, check today, how do you feel about your pitch? Second, how do you feel about yourself as a professional? And third, how do you make people feel? So check in your networking, but don't give up. If you want to pass the message to this person, just continue, connect and reconnect. This is what relationships are about. So what's next? For the second episode of this series on elevator pitch, I would like to take you through crafting the pitch, actually, these 60 seconds of introduction. So for that, I'm going to ask you a little homework. If you want to join it and to learn about it, prepare before all the list of what ideally you would like to say about your business, about your activity. So don't worry about the time, don't worry about how long. Actually write every single thing that ideally you would like to pass on to someone who's asking you, what do you do and what is your business? And when you write that, try to find out what is unique about what you do. What is unique about the methods that you use? So you may say, oh my God, but my job or my product, there are hundreds of thousands of millions in the market. Yes, but why do you do that? What is your passion about it? What is the special ingredient you put into it? What is your passion? What is your heart saying and doing when you work? So this is what is unique about you. So you write down everything about your job, about your business, about what you want to share with people, highlighting what is unique, what is your value proposition, what is something special you want to share with people and that you give actually. So that's the homework. The next Facebook Live will be from Manila on the 3rd of April. And the last news for those who are in Bangkok, actually I'm having an elevator pitch workshop, 3 hours and a half, next week on 23rd of March. This is Thursday on Sukhumvit at Prompong from 9 to 12:30. So please contact me, send me a message if you're interested. I'm going to give you all the techniques and secrets to deliver and especially to craft a powerful pitch. You're going to craft it and we're going to practice. We're going to network, you're going to share it, pitch with other people, get feedback, recraft, redesign your pitch. We're going to watch a lot of informative videos about secrets and techniques to make the pitch really, really exciting and really attractive to people. So I would love to have you contact me. And what else to say? Go, experience, and be curious when you network. Even if everyone tonight is telling you, oh, it's very interesting, and you're not having the impact, you're learning. What is about that you learn? What is that you are learning in this event from the interaction from people? And if you're going and network and people are so exciting and asking you a lot of questions, list down what you've done and what has been the reaction and how did it work. Trust yourself. You have so much to give. Just going to help you to put it in words. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you very much. Beautiful Monday.